42, the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Hello, I'm Liz Hill. Welcome to Podsnappry, the willful determination to ignore the objectionable or inconvenient, at the same time assuming airs of superior virtue and noble resignation. We explore things I find interesting, unusual, or annoying. So let's get down to it and spill the tea. Who doesn't love unsolved mysteries? No, not that. I mean real mysteries that remain unsolved. They pique our curiosity and keep us coming back again and again. Mysteries like the Mary Celeste, Amelia Earhart's disappearance over the Pacific in 1937, or the location of the remainder of the treasure boxes hidden by the author of The Secret. These are true mysteries that remain unsolved to this day. They captivate and hold our interest, even if the mystery is based on something as simple as a joke. Which brings us to our topic, the mystical, magical number 42. Look, either you get it or you don't. 42 is a very important number, the origin, or perhaps more appropriately, the legend of which, owes its existence to Douglas Adams' popular 1979 science fiction novel, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the first in a 5-book trilogy. Toward the end of the book, the supercomputer, Deep Thought, reveals that the answer to the great question of life, the universe, and everything is 42.
42? Is that all you've got to show for 7.5 billion years' work?
I think the problem is that you've never actually known what the question is.
Deep Thought takes 7.5 million years to calculate the answer to the ultimate question. The characters tasked with getting that answer are disappointed because it is not very useful. Yet, as the computer points out, the question itself was vaguely formulated. To find the correct statement of the query whose answer is 42, the computer will have to build a new version of itself. That, too, will take time. The new version of the computer is the Earth. To find out what happens next, you'll have to read Adams' books.
Oh, come on!
The author's choice of the number 42 has become a fixture of geek culture. It is at the origin of a multitude of jokes and winks exchanged between initiates. If, for example, you ask your search engine variations of the question, "What is the answer to everything?" it will most likely answer 42. Try it in French or German. You'll often get the same answer whether you use Google, Quant, Wolfram Alpha, which specializes in calculating mathematical problems, or the chatbot Cleverbot. How about the free computer programming school, 42, the network? Since the first school was created in France in 2013, there has been a proliferation of private computer training institutions in the 42 network, whose name is a clear allusion to Adams' novels. Today, the founding company counts more than 54 campuses in its global network. Many other references and allusions to it can be found, for example, in the Wikipedia entry for the number 42. The number 42 also turns up in a whole string of curious coincidences whose significance is probably not worth the effort to figure out. For example, in ancient Egyptian mythology, during the Judgment of Souls, the dead had to declare before 42 judges that they had not committed any of the 42 sins.
How bizarre! How bizarre! How bizarre!
Very. Now, 42 also appears as a classic measurement. The distance of a marathon race is 42 kilometers. Okay, technically 42.195 kilometers, but we round down for the sake of sanity. This distance corresponds to the legend of how far the ancient Greek messenger Phidippides traveled between Marathon and Athens to announce the victory over the Persians in 490 BCE. But the really cool thing about that measurement equaling 42 kilometers is that the kilometer had not yet been defined at the time.
What?
I know, right? Looking for more unusual coincidences? Ancient Tibet had 42 rulers. Nyatri Sempo, who reigned about 127 BCE, was the first. Lang Dharma, who ruled from 836 to 842 CE, was the last. Oh, and by the way, 842 CE was the 42nd year of the 9th century.
Is that it?
No, there's more.
The Gutenberg Bible, the first book printed in Europe, has 42 lines of text per column and is also called the 42-line Bible. According to a March 6 Economist blog post marking the 42nd anniversary of the radio program, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which preceded the novel, the 42nd anniversary of anything is rarely observed. Both of which are strangely connected, as the religious implications of the 42-line Bible and Adam's view on religion in The Hitchhiker's Guide are hysterical, logical, and...
Most leading theologians claim that this argument is a load of dingoes' kidneys.
Of course they do. The number 42 also appears in different forms throughout the film Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Although that is actually a nod to Jackie Robinson, who wore the number 42 on his jersey.
Coincidence? I think not!
The Allen Telescope Array at Hat Creek, which is operated by SETI, has 42 radio telescopes, possibly an homage to Douglas Adams. Yet, my friends, although most of these examples can be called apocryphal, here's the kicker. Around 1996, a team at Cavendish Laboratory used a new technique to estimate the value of the Hubble constant.
What's up with that? What's up with that?
This measures how quickly objects in the universe are receding from each other, a natural outcome of the Big Bang that created the universe.
Huh?
Still not getting it? Okay, the Hubble constant can be used to determine the age of the universe and its history.
What?
Aha. Now that I have your attention, Dr. Richard Saunders, who led the research, sounded a trifle abashed by the result. We have taken 2 measurements for the constant, and the average of them is, well, it's 42.
Are you shitting me?
I shit you not. So, if we are saying anything here, it begs an obvious question. Did the use of 42 in Adams' novels have any particular meaning for the author? Since Adams died back in 2001, it is impossible to ask. However, as most of us know, if it gets posted on the internet, it lives forever. So strangely enough, we found an answer. In fact, not only an answer, we found his answer. It was posted in the online discussion group Alt Fan Douglas Adams, and it was succinct, and I quote, "It was a joke. It had to be a number, an ordinary smallish number, and I chose that one. Binary representations, base 13, Tibetan monks are all complete nonsense. I sat at my desk, stared into the garden, and thought, 42 will do. I typed it out. End of story."
End of line.
Okay, so maybe it was utter nonsense. However, the math is mathing. Check this out. On the binary system, or base 2, 42 is written as 101010, which is pretty simple and incidentally prompted a few fans to hold parties on October 10th, 2010. Get it? 10, 10, 10. But the reference to base 13 in Adam's answer requires a more indirect explanation. In one instance, the series suggests that 42 is the answer to the question, what do you get if you multiply 6 by 9? That idea seems absurd, because 6 times 9 equals 54. But in base 13, the number expressed as 42 is equal to 4 times 13 plus 2. Which equals 54.
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
I get it. Too many numbers. But in the end, the math is mathing. And sadly, on that bit of disappointment, we are out of time.
Time is an illusion. Lunchtime doubly so.
So, the willful determination to ignore the objectionable or inconvenient, at the same time assuming airs of superior virtue and noble resignation. That, my friends, is Podsnappry. Thanks for watching. I'm Liz Hill. There are 10 kinds of people in the world. Those that understand binary and those that don't.